workshop on 5 ways to shift your life energy. If you are watching this on the replay and you want to skip housekeeping, go ahead and fast forward to about the 15-minute mark. Hopefully, I am done rambling and going through everything by then. Maybe the 10-minute mark. So check the 10-minute mark, and if I'm still going on, check the 15-minute mark. You will want to have a pen and paper or a journal. And I actually put this as part one because I'm just anticipating that for me to get through all of the material, it's going to actually take 2 days. So I put this as part one in anticipation for next week to be part two. Tonight, I'm going to be discussing with you different ways to shift your energy in life. So, on my Instagram, and I think even the last live workshop I did here, we were talking a bit about the ebb and flow of life. Sometimes, sometimes we're in this phase of life where everything just seems to be flowing. We are, going after our goals. We are engaging in our daily intentions. We are making progress in our personal development in whatever area of life that could be: health and fitness, relationships, career, finance, personal development, spirituality, or recreation. Perhaps we're seeing more money come in, we're seeing more progress in our life. Things are just flowing. And then sometimes in life, we have periods where things aren't flowing that well. We're not seeing any money come in. Perhaps we are feeling a lack of motivation or inspiration to really commit and take action. Maybe you have goals that you want in life and things that you want to happen for you in life. And intellectually, you understand that you want these things to happen and you should be going after them. But emotionally, and just the way that you feel and the way that your energy is, you just are not taking action, or you are taking action, but maybe you're frustrated or you're anxious or you're just in a period where things aren't going so well. Many times in life, this is a signal to us to take a step back, to rest, to relax, to regroup, to pour into ourselves, to have our energy pour into us and come into us, rather than having our energy going out into the external world and working in that way. And I think that overall, we have to learn how to balance this ebb and flow. We need to learn how to exist within this cycle harmoniously so that we're able to take advantage of each phase of the cycle. But there are times when we are perhaps in that ebb phase and we want to go ahead and move into that flow phase. Hello, Jasmine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just giving a little overview of what we're going to be speaking about this evening. I'm going to go into housekeeping. I just saw you pop up. I'm actually going to log into YouTube on my computer so I can see comments and things as people are as I'm going through my notes and people are making comments, so I can see that easier. Make sure that you have a pen and a paper, a journal for tonight's workshop, because I am going to be leading you through some self-exploration, as well as giving you some resources and, all of that good stuff. So you might want to go ahead and take notes, okay? Let me log in on the computer, and then we will go ahead and go through housekeeping. Okay, perfect. So remember that on YouTube there is a slight delay between when I speak and when you all receive my voice. So I do call to actions, or I'll ask you a question, or I'll see if anyone has any questions for me. So let's just all try to be mindful of that lag in time, and just so that we're more on the same page. Let me go ahead and go through housekeeping really, really quickly. Let me go to my housekeeping notes. Hopefully everyone has had a wonderful day and you are ready for tonight's workshop, whether you're watching this live or perhaps you're watching this on the replay. I am drinking some tea this evening. You all know that I love tea. If you're drinking something, or if you have some type of refreshing beverage, go ahead and drop that in the comment section. Let me know what you're drinking on, so we can share this simple pleasure and this luxury that we have in life. The tea that I'm drinking this evening is a rooibos tea. It's actually a flavor that it's a very unique flavor. I think it was strawberry banana split, like strawberry banana split. And I put some creamer, like coconut creamer for coffee in there. So I'm waiting for it to cool down. If you have some refreshing beverage, go ahead and let me know what you're sipping on this evening. Otherwise, go ahead and drop me housekeeping in the comment section below. Let me see housekeeping roll up the screen. Let me see housekeeping, housekeeping, housekeeping. That is going to allow me to test my delay that we were just talking about. It is also going to let me know that you can hear me okay, that you can see me okay, that you have your pens, your papers, your notebooks, tablets, recording devices ready to go. If you don't know who I am, perhaps you're watching this on the replay, perhaps someone has sent this video to you, this workshop to you, and they thought that it would be a good, resource of information for you. Allow me to briefly introduce myself. My name is Aaron. I am a certified life coach, mindfulness and meditation practitioner, and mindset guru. I'm here to bring you the tips, tools, and techniques that you can use in order to create a positive shift and transformation in your life. Tonight, we're going to be talking about 5 ways to shift your life energy. But let me quickly go ahead and go through housekeeping. I'm drinking a tea called Woman's Balance by Herbal Cup. Hey, Woman's Balance. Now, we're all about balance. That's what we're talking about now. Ebb and flow and how to balance our energy and how to move forward in life. So, hey, right on point. Housekeeping item number one is always going to be interaction. As I'm going through the content and the information this evening, please, please, please feel free to interact with me. If you have any questions, comments, experiences, drop those in the comment section. I am very attentive to what comes up. If you're watching this on the replay, it's quite okay. I'm still here for you. If you have any questions or if you need any feedback, drop those comments in the comment section and I will be sure to respond back to you, okay? This is a safe space and a safe place where we all come to do our personal development work. So feel free to be open, honest, and authentic, at least with yourself. That's how you're going to make the most progress in what we are doing here, okay? Second housekeeping item is going to be sharing is caring. As I always say, tell a pimp, tell a player, tell a friend, tell a hater, tell somebody in your upline or your downline. That's going to help me extend my reach and do just a little bit more here on Higher Alignment. Just like you are trying to grow, I am trying to grow as well. So if you find the content in tonight's workshop valuable, go ahead and share this video with a friend, family member, or loved one. Here on YouTube, my live workshops will be here to stay. On Instagram, they are available for replay for 24 hours, then I take them down. But since we're here on YouTube, what I want you to do is, if you find this content and this information valuable after it's over, go ahead and hit that share button, copy that link, and send this to someone. Send this as a text message or an email, or even just go on Instagram and send it as a DM. If you're watching here for the first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to make sure you get notifications on all future videos, okay? I also have a text list if you don't want to miss any workshops or anything that I have going on. Make sure to join my text list. All you're going to do is text the word higher, HIYER, to 888 533 6979. Text the word higher, HIYER, to 888 533 6979. Text the word higher, HIYER, to 888 533 6979. Okay? So let's see. Tonight is the 5 ways to shift your life energy workshop. We're going to split this into 2 sections, preemptively thinking that. On Friday on Instagram Live, I'm going to have the next mindfulness meditation workshop. We're going to do that at 7 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to do that mindfulness meditation workshop. We're going to be practicing mindfulness of breathing, the Theravada method. And then at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, I am going to be doing a live sale, which is going to be a preview for the website update. Let me show you. If you all like crystals, what I want you to do is drop me your favorite crystal in the comment section. If you like crystals, go ahead and drop me your favorite crystal in the comment section. One of my favorite crystals, 2 of my top favorite crystals are Spirit Quartz and Labradorite. So these are crystals that I actually picked out to work with for the next website update this Saturday at noon. So I also love angel aura crystals and titanium plated crystals. So, you know, this is a little fringe, and some people like the titanium plated or the aura plated. Some people do not. I am one who does. So I have some custom ore plated spirit quartz and custom ore plated labradorite that I have been working with. So let me show you. I see Jasmine. Let me come back over to my comments. Jasmine said that she loves Moonstone and labradorite, and I have some ore plated Moonstone as well. So let me show you all. So this is an example of an aura plated spirit quartz. This is very cute. I love the shimmer and the glimmer of it. If y'all see me looking crazy on the camera, it's because I'm looking at the image instead of the camera. But let me see if I can get it. Oh no, it says it doesn't want to get closer. So here's one. I think this is beautiful. Do you like this one? Drop me a number 8 if you like these. Let me see. Let me pick another one out. Here, this one's gonna actually be in a set. This is a spirit quartz, but it's not aura plated. This is actually gonna be in a set with a necklace and 2 earrings. So here's another spirit quartz. Let me show you a small. I'm showing you all some small things. I'm gonna have some big items on there as well. This one is a spirit quartz, a little bit of a different color. Still got some good shimmer to it, some good shimmer and some good shine. Hopefully it's like focused. I can't tell how focused it is on the camera. Let's see here. Let me show you a few pieces of the aura moonstone. So here's an aura moonstone. This is a pendant, but it'll be on a necklace. So I'm not sure if you can see the aura too clearly. You can kind of see it right there, the shimmer from the aura. Let's see what else we got. Here's an aura moonstone. Maybe it will pick up. No. Oh, here you can see the aura plating right there. Aura plating means it's bonded. The crystal is heat bonded with titanium. They have other metals as well. Most of the time it's precious metals. Gold, titanium, platinum, silver. Let me show you. I have some aura plated labradorite too. Let me get some of these pendants. These are going to come on necklaces. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to like figure out how to get the flash to show up. You know, you have to hold it right at the right angle. And I don't know where this one is. It's in there. Oh, you can kind of see it right there. There you go. You can see the flash. Of course, it'll be easier to see when I take pictures. It's showing. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm glad. Thank you. Look at this one. This one has like a nice flash in it. If I can figure out how to. You can kind of see it right there. I'm trying to figure out how to exactly hold the. Oh, you can kind of see some more of the flash there. Yeah, so I have some bracelets, and we're going to have rings and earrings and necklaces. So once again, on Friday at 8:30 on Instagram Live, I'm going to have a little live sale, you know, intimate showing. So if you're seeing this and you're in the know, go ahead and check me out. And then on Saturday at noon, the website update for all new jewelry is going to come out. If you are a part of the Higher Alignment community on Facebook, you're also going to be getting a little discount, and that will only be available to those who are a part of my Facebook community. And I will put the link to that and any necessary links to anything that we talk about in tonight's workshop in the description box. So in case you want to join my text list, or in case you want to join the Facebook community, you can do that. Okay, so we're about 13 minutes, 14 minutes, so we're about on time. If you are ready for content to begin, go ahead and drop me a number 8 in the comment section below. That's going to let me know that you are ready to roll. Drop me a number 8 when you're ready for content to begin. In the meantime, in between time, let me tell you about my last item on housekeeping. Soon I'm going to be having a finance workshop series. I am organizing that. It probably is not going to be in the next 30 days just because I'm trying to, you know, get the workbook together and the curriculum together. But I do want to continue to talk about that. So for people who are interested in improving their finances, it's going to cover 3 main sections. There is going to be a practical section, tons of practical advice on setting up a financial system that works well for you. We're going to talk about budgeting and grocery lists and We're going to talk about savings. I'm going to guide you through setting up a new financial routine. I'm also going to be teaching basic credit repair 101. I have done credit repair before for many people, many clients, friends, and family, and for myself as well. And it's helped me get into a good place financially. And if you pay some of these companies, they charge you thousands of dollars. And I think it's something that you should know how to do yourself so that you can take care of yourself financially. So it's going to be tons of practical advice. We're also, of course, going to have energetic work and mental advice and things that we talk about here. So we're going to talk about money blockages. We're going to go into EFT. Hopefully, I'm going to have a hypnotherapist who will talk to us about money blockages and do a money blockages hypnotherapy session with us. We're going to talk about limiting beliefs and just all of that good stuff. And I'm also going to be talking about money manifestation, and I'm going to give you a system, a technique for manifesting more money. So for those of you who are interested in the law of attraction, we will have that as well. So, it's kind of all together really good program for people who are interested in energy work and personal development, and you're interested in that finance area of life, and you want to kind of hone in on that. So keep an eye out for that. But let's go ahead and get started with the information for tonight's workshop. So there is not a workbook, so I would advise you to go ahead and take notes. Once again, if anything comes up, if you have any questions, comments, experiences, just drop those in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to address anything that comes up. We're going to have 5 different sections that I'm going to take us through, but each section also has multiple sections. So even though tonight is called 5 Ways to Shift Your Life Energy, you're actually going to be walking away with a lot of information. So I do advise that you take notes. And if you're here, that you take the information seriously. I mean, you're already watching the video and clearly you're here for a reason, so why not? We're going to have a number of audience questions that I will ask you to drop your answer in the comment section, as well as writing things down. I'm going to suggest some different activities to you, and I've also pulled some books and some resources from my library to present to you in case any of the suggestions or any of the areas or whatever we talk about really resonates with you, and you feel like you need to dive deeper into that in whatever you're going through, you're experiencing in life. Once again, I want to empower you and give you the tools that you need in order to do that, okay? So, what I wrote, reading from my notes: shifting the energy in your life may not always mean the physical energy. It may, but it may not. The experience of life itself in all its aspects is truly only energy. All that appears for us is our brain's interpretation of that energy. Let's look at various types of energy that contribute in a major part to our day to day experience and examine different ways to make a shift in that type of energy. So, the first section that I really want to cover is getting clear. So, the first way that we can really shift the energy in our life, shift our life energy, is just by getting clear. So this can mean many different things for different people. So I'm going to ask you some audience questions. While you're answering the questions, I'm going to continue to run my mouth. So my first audience question that I have for you, and if you don't mind, go ahead and give me some wonderful crowd participation and drop your answer in the comment section just to add a little bit more. It's okay to answer if you feel comfortable answering. All the conversation that goes on here allows us to just dive in deeper and allows us to feed off of one another and to, add to the experience of this workshop and add to the information. So my first question for you is, what's one thing you want in life right now? Or one thing you want to make a shift in your life right now, and why? So let me talk about the 7 areas of life. So I always talk about this, and I'll continue to reiterate it for people who are new to my material or new to my approach, or for those, even if you're not new to this, you are true to this, and you just need a little reminder. I always advise when we're going through self exploration to really divide life down into these 7 different areas. That way, you can be very specific and pinpoint what it is that you want to work on. So, we have health and fitness, relationships, career, finance, personal development, spirituality, and recreation. I'm going to run through those once again, and what I want you to do is notate that down and drop one of those 7 areas of life in the comment section to let me know which area is most resonant for you. That's going to allow me to read the energy in the room and tailor the information to you as we move forward. But it's also going to allow you to get more specific, so as I'm going through the information, you can really apply it to your life. So once again, our 7 areas of life are going to be health and fitness, relationships, career, finance, personal development, spirituality, and recreation. And what you want to do for this first audience question, as we're diving in and we're talking about clarity, is you really just want to narrow down what it is that you want in life right now. I mean, a lot of us want different things, and they could fall into one of those 7 areas of life. Just bringing in, my own personal day-to-day experience, you all know that I'm really active on social media, and one thing that I see is a lot of people want to have a business on social media. I've been doing this for about 2 years now, and I've seen a lot of people come across my information and a lot of people come across my profile. And one thing that I actively try to do is anyone who comes across my information or comes across my profile, if you engage with me and you really are after something in your life, then if you send me a message, if you post, I'll be in your DMs, I'll send you messages and check up on you and hold you accountable and see what you're posting and what you have going on. And I'm seeing a very much a decline in people, engagement. And it is what it is, not saying that it's good or bad. I'm just bringing it up to say that there is an ebb and flow to everything in life. And many times when we say we want to do something, like when we want to start a business, when we want to start a business on social media, or we want to start a business, outside of social media, or we want to get our health and fitness together, or we want to work on our relationships, we want to work on our finances. There are times in life where we're seriously engaged, and then there are times in our life where we really kind of want it, but we're not really going after it, or we just have a different focus in life, or just things are going on, life is happening. So what I want you to do is get clear on whatever that is that you want in life. So the number one thing that I have for you, and not number one as in priority, but just the first item that I have for you in the 5 ways to shift the energy in your life, is getting clear. And that's what this first question is asking you. Another way to get clear is through contrast. So you've heard me talk about this plenty of times before, especially when I talk about harmony and I talk about alignment, as this is higher alignment. Hello, Monique. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Monique wrote career. She is working on career. Monique, what is it that you are working on in your career, if you don't mind sharing? And anyone else, if you are working on something, let me know what it is that you're working on, because I will be more than happy to give you some feedback or to give you some personally, tailored information that I feel would help as we move forward through everything else. So clarity, contrast. I always say that contrast provides clarity. Jasmine said personal development. Let me know, Jasmine, if you feel comfortable. What are you working on in your personal development journey? So there are times in life, once again, where we're kind of in that ebb phase, or just things aren't working for us. Let's think about money. Maybe someone here is working on their finances, but anytime you put your mind on the topic of money and the energy of money, all that you do is you feel frustrated and you feel upset and you feel just very negative about the topic of money and about the energy of money in your life. It's not a very happy topic for you. And you're focusing on the bills that are coming in, or the lack of money, or where you don't have money. So people always ask, why would the divine, or why would God allow me to go through a negative experience, or why is negativity there in the first place? Well, it serves a purpose. It provides contrast. It provides you a bouncing point to know when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. So if you're currently experiencing financial issues, well, that's going to let you know, okay, well, I value financial abundance. I value financial stability, and that's something that's very important to me in life, and maybe that's something that I want to work on. Maybe that's the next step in my journey. You all often hear me also say obstacles are the path. So when we have obstacles come up in life, when we have troubles come up in life, if we don't hyper focus on the issue and we really try to look for the lesson in it, then we come to this place of contrast provides clarity. So this also goes in alignment with the first way to shift your energy is by getting clear on what you want and why you want it. So that's what I'm asking you now, even for the people who are commenting live. You're commenting, I'm asking you to get more specific and also why do you want it? This we're gonna come back around to this why. And also what I want you to do, my second question for you is what's getting in the way of your success? What isn't working? So if you've come to this workshop or if you've clicked on this video, then perhaps you are in a place where things aren't working out for you. You could be in that ebb phase of life where your energy is more coming into you instead of going out. Maybe the universe is calling you to rest or to take a break or to reevaluate or do something like that, and you haven't been listening. So this is also a place where you want to get clear. If you're trying to shift your energy, clearly there's a reason why you're trying to do that, and you're trying to shift from one place into another place. So what do you feel like if you're being open, honest, and authentic with yourself? And it's not about shame, it's not about blame or guilt, it's just about identification. You have where you want to be and you have where you are. You might have an inkling or an idea or even something in the back of your mind, or maybe you know what it is already. What is it that's holding you back from success? Do you have some thoughts or some beliefs or some patterns of behavior? Do you have some habits that you are continuing to engage in, some things you are actively doing, or perhaps some things that you are not doing? Let's think about relationships. Sometimes when we're in a negative relationship or we're in a what we call a toxic relationship, sometimes it's not that we are doing something, maybe it's that we're not doing something, maybe it's we're not establishing those boundaries, maybe it's that we're not speaking up for ourselves or we're not expressing ourselves, maybe it's that we are, allowing something to happen, allowing something to go on. It's not an active doing, we're not actively breaking dishes or cussing a person out, but maybe we're the person who's getting cussed out. Maybe we're the person who's getting verbally abused, or is in that position. And sometimes when we're in that place, we may feel like we're the victim, and it doesn't have to just be in relationships. It can be finances, it can be in your career, it can be in personal development, it can be in your spirituality. Sometimes we feel like life is happening to us and we don't have any control, and this is one way of absolving ourselves of that guilt or that responsibility. But when we do that, when we blame, we say, in a way, I didn't have any responsibility to get myself into this. So it kind of takes your power away of making the proper decisions to get out of this situation or to make that shift. If all of this makes sense, if you're smelling what I'm stepping in, if you're picking up what I'm putting down so far, go ahead and drop me a number 8 in the comment section if you have any questions about the first way to shift the energy in your life energy. And we talked about getting clarity in different ways. Go ahead and drop me your question in the comment section. So let me read some comments. Let me see if anything has come up. Drop me an 8 if you are good to go. If you have any questions, if you need any feedback, if you have anything that has come up in regards to the journaling questions, the self-exploration questions, or anything, drop that in the comment section. Okay, personal development. Okay, Jasmine, I asked you what you're working on. I think you're going to let me know later on. Monique says, setting up my Instagram page. Yes, Monique is setting up her Instagram page for her career, her new business. Congratulations. So that's something that you want to keep in mind, Monique, just like that. You have identified what it is that you want. You want to move forward in your career. You want to set up your Instagram page for your business. Also, don't forget that second prompt. What is it that is standing in the way of your success, or what is it that's going on that's blocking you? That's very important, and it's going to be important to identify that as we move forward. Jasmine said, organizing my life and following through. Okay, so that sounds like discipline and procrastination. So keep those things in mind, even like productivity and time management. Go ahead and write those keywords down, and as we move forward, then maybe some things may become more clear for you. So let's go ahead and move to our second way, our second, my second thing that I have for you to talk about, my second point. So, the second way to make a shift in your life energy is deciding to make that shift. Okay, you have to decide to make that shift. And I don't mean just paying lip service to it, I mean an actual decision, an actual commitment. And I think you all know what I'm talking about. I think you all know what I'm talking about. Sometimes, once again, we say we're going to do something, we say we're going to exercise, we say we're gonna eat healthier. We say that we're gonna set up our Instagram page for our business. We say that we're going to get our life organized. We're gonna organize our closet. We say we're gonna do these things, and then we don't do them. And that may be honestly the main reason why you have come to higher alignment, or you continuously come to the workshops and things like that. And this is a big topic in itself. Even going back to what someone was saying earlier, just following through that commitment. That is a big thing. And if you're not committed to your goals, if you're not committed to your actions, simply put, it's not going to happen. Just being real about it. Let me just keep it real with you. It's just not going to happen if you're not committed. So let's talking about that. Making a decision. So, of course, let me go ahead and give you some questions and some things to think about, some things to consider, some things to journal about. If you feel open and you want to, you can drop that answer in the comment section. The first thing that I want you to think about is, what is the best thing that could happen if you make this shift? So many of you may have heard me talk about these points before: motivation and inspiration, and positive motivation and inspiration, and negative motivation and inspiration. I think it's important to know the difference. So, motivation is going to be an external force that's driving your behavior, like your mom telling you if you don't wash the dishes by the time she gets home, then you're going to be grounded. You're trying to escape that being grounded, and her as an external force exacting, that prescription of correction upon you, those disciplinary actions. That's your motivation. Versus inspiration, that's an internal force or an internal drive, a more a deeper meaning, a more passionate, purposeful meaning that you have, that is driving your energy and driving your behavior. Then you also have positive and negative motivation and inspiration. So when we think about these, positive motivation is going to be this exact question: what benefit is it going to provide to you? What positive shift or transformation in your life is this going to give to you? This is going to help you make a decision. It's going to help you get your energy moving, which is exactly what we're talking about here. So if you're someone who has said, I want to make this change X, Y, and Z as it relates to, whatever area of life. We already talked about the 7 areas, but once again, health and fitness, relationships, career, finance, personal development, spirituality, or recreation. Take your pick. You got clear, you got focused, you narrowed it down, and now you're really needing to make a decision, and you're really needing to draw upon that inspiration or that motivation as fuel to carry you through. So really just think about it. How is this going to shift your life? How is this going to change your life? Is it going to allow you to have more financial abundance, more financial freedom, so you have more opportunities, so that you're able to spend more time with your loved ones and your friends and your family, and just enjoy life more? Um, just think about it. I was trying to quickly think of another example, but nothing quickly came to my mind. But I think you all can understand what I'm talking about. Now I want you to dive deep. Like, hopefully, if you are here, there really is some significant change that you want to happen in your life. If you've come upon this video, if you're watching this workshop, if you're doing these exercises, then hopefully there is some significant change that you want to make in your life. And maybe you're at a point where you're like, I really don't know what to do or how to move. I don't know the next step to take. I know that I really want to, move forward in this business. I know that I really want to attract the perfect partner for me. I want to get into a relationship. I want to get out of a relationship. I know that I really want to buy that house. I know that I really want to go after my dream job. I know that I want to move across the country and have these new experiences, and I want to be courageous, and I want to, I really just want to do the damn thing. But sometimes we just don't know what to do. We don't know what steps to take or how to get to that next place, especially if you've never traveled that road before, if you've never done it before. And for many of us, that's where we are, especially in our process of self transformation and personal development. We're going on this journey that we've never been on before. We don't know where we're going. We don't know what steps to take. We don't know how to get there. But hopefully, this information and what we're doing here is allowing you to put together that plan. So this involves making a decision, making that decision and having that decision be strong enough to carry you through obstacles and challenges and setbacks and lack of motivation and lack of inspiration and all of that stuff. So the first thing that you want to think about is that positive motivation or that positive inspiration, however it manifests for you, and think about what's the best thing that could happen if you make this shift. Hopefully, I've been talking long enough for you to write some things down. I haven't seen anything come up in the comment section, which is quite okay. Perhaps you're working on and something that's very personal or meaningful to you. You don't want to spread the energy, spread your business all in the internet streets. I understand, it's no problem. But I do want you to think about this. I do want you to consider it, and I do want you to write it down. The second thing is negative motivation and negative inspiration. So think about what's the worst thing that can happen. If you're on my Instagram, if you're following me on Instagram, you saw that I made a post about this earlier today. What's the worst thing that could happen? Sometimes we think about that positive motivation and inspiration, and we write those things down and we consider them and we start going through, okay, I'm gonna go back to school, I'm gonna exercise, I'm going to, because I want that gym body, I want that summer body. It's springtime here right now, and they're like, I want that summer body. I want to try the new boo thing. I want a little side piece in the summertime, and if that's gonna add to your well-being in life, no judgment. And like, the way that I'm gonna get that is by exercising, getting fit. That's the reason. That's what you want. It's whatever. But then you're not exercising and you're not eating right and you're not getting fit, and you tell yourself, oh, I'll start tomorrow. Or you give yourself all of these tasks to do that you never get done. I'm going to join the gym that you never actually join. I'm going to hire a personal trainer that you never actually do. Or then you find other reasons that it's too expensive or it's not the right person, or we start doing all of these other things. So sometimes when that positive motivation is not strong enough, you need to think about that negative motivation. So what's the worst thing that could happen? If you're going with, say, we're talking about our health and fitness example. Well, what's the worst thing that could happen? Maybe you're experiencing some sort of core morbidity already, and that's motivating you to get your health and fitness together. Maybe that's high cholesterol, hypertension, or diabetes. Maybe you're pre-diabetic. You're like, you know what? I really need to start exercising. I really need to eat better. And your positive motivation was, I want to get slim and trim and look real fine and real good, and it's summertime for my new boo thing that I'm going to be manifesting. But then that's not really working for you. You're still, climbing into bed with Ben and Jerry's at night and eating Doritos for dinner and not actually eating an adequate breakfast. You haven't been exercising, your only exercise is going to the refrigerator, you know. So in that situation, you may want to look at that negative motivation. Okay, well, if I keep eating sugar like this and I don't improve my diet, if I don't improve my health and fitness, well, I'm at the risk of developing diabetes. And those people who have diabetes, sometimes they lose a limb or they have to get something amputated, or, then they're on insulin and that costs money, and then I can't do this and I can't do that. Is that really how I want to live my life? No, not really. Okay, well, if I don't get my finances together, I want to get my finances together, that positive motivation, I'm looking forward to buying this new house. I am, looking forward to being able to go shopping and go out to brunch and have all of these wonderful experiences and go around and just be around and do what I want to do when I want to do it. And then, you think about that and you're not doing what you need to do, whatever it is that, if you've gotten that far. So maybe you need to think about the negative motivation and that negative inspiration. Okay, well, if I don't get my finances together, I'm going to be broke. No one likes to hang around broke people, so everybody else is going to be on vacation and going to brunch. I'm not going to be on vacation. I'm going to be at home because I can't afford to go. I'm not going to be at brunch. I'm going to be eating, the toaster waffles at home while everybody else is eating Belgian waffles at, the place up the street and bottomless mimosas, enjoying the company of their friends and family and whoever else. So sometimes we do need to consider that negative motivation, okay? Let me just check in on y'all. Let me feel the energy in the room. Drop me a number 8 if you're picking up what I'm putting down, if you're smelling what I'm stepping in. If you have questions, comments, experiences, if something is not making sense, if you need me to dive deeper, if you feel like you have some type of unique situation and the things that I'm saying are not applying to you, go ahead and drop your questions, comments, experiences in the comment section. And once again, I will be more than happy to answer or address anything that comes up. Let me just put that out there so I'll read the energy in the room. I'll continue moving forward because I have a few more points under making this decision, okay? So making the decision to shift. So there are some things that you also are things I want you to consider. Just finer points. If number 2 does apply to you, if you feel like you have not adequately made that decision, or you have made a decision, I guess that still falls into not adequately made it. If you've half-assed made your decision, or you haven't made a decision at all, you're committed, you're not really too committed, if your energy is shaky in this area, this is where you need to be doing work, and don't skip over this area. Really just be open, honest, and authentic with yourself. Do you really want to make the change? Do you want the change or not? If you want it, then you'll make the commitment. They say like in relationships, you're dating someone, you're talking to someone, and they're like, oh, I'm busy. They're always making excuses why they can't date you, or can't talk to you on the phone, or can't text you back. They're busy, they're busy, they're busy. People make time for what's important for them, including their personal development and their self-transformation. If it's not that important to you, then you're not going to make the time for it. You're not going to be committed to it. If it is important to you and your energy is shaky in this area, point blank period, you need to clean this up. So this is where I would suggest that you do this work. Positive motivation, negative motivation, doing some self-exploration in this area. Also evaluate the situation. That's kind of what we talked about: positive motivation and negative motivation. Brainstorming resolutions. Okay, Jasmine said right. Okay, say I'm letting you know what it is. I'm here to be real with you and keep it real with you. I want you to get where you want to be in life. I want you to have that life full of well-being. I want you to have that success, but it's up to you. And it's the basic things that allow our energy to waver or to not be balanced, or to allow us to make excuses, or to procrastinate, or to just not do what we need to do, to not do what we need to do. So we're clearing this energy up now, okay? So brainstorming resolutions. Once again, not just complaining about things, that things aren't right, things aren't the way that you want them to be. So you can talk about brainstorming resolutions. You can consider brainstorming resolutions. We're going to talk about that later on, and we're probably going to do that during part 2, which will be next Wednesday, because I also have 5 different levels of energy: mental energy, physical energy, emotional energy, financial energy, and creative energy. And I'm going to give you some books, I'm going to give you some resources, I'm going to give you some tips. So if any of whatever you're working on falls into any of those areas, then you have you have even more information. I feel like I haven't given an in-depth workshop on at this level in a long time, so I want to make sure that I'm doing my due diligence and I'm giving you what you came for, okay? So if you're watching this live or if you're watching this on the replay, I want to do what I need to do, make sure that I'm showing up and that I'm serving you well, okay? So also let's briefly talk about selecting. So after you brainstorm those resolutions, brainstorm what you can do, actually making a decision. And you've all heard me talk about changing your habits and shifting your habits before. That's something we talk about a lot here on Higher Alignment. When you're making lifestyle changes, when you're going through your personal development journey, what it really boils down to is your thoughts, beliefs, and patterns of behavior. So you need to be in a place where you're able to shift these things, and you're open to shifting them. When you shift your thoughts, beliefs, and patterns of behavior, you shift your habits, you shift your lifestyle, your experiences in life show up differently. This is the energetic flow beneath what everything looks like and how it appears on the surface. So when you're selecting something to do, I always advise selecting an option that's easy and efficient. Don't feel like you have to do the most difficult thing in order to really make progress or to really make that shift or make that change. And we're going to come back to this later on in part 2 when I'm giving you the suggestions and things like that. Sorry, y'all, drinking my tea and talking a lot. When I'm giving you the suggestions and things like that, you'll see that we're going to come back to this. I also want to talk about committing to that decision. You make that decision. We talked about that, evaluating the situation, your positive and negative motivations, brainstorming resolutions, selecting something. So you're making a decision, but committing to that decision, you need that commitment. You need that commitment. You really do. When you're shifting the energy in your life, when you're doing new things, it may not always feel comfortable. And this is where that commitment comes in. So once again, let's go back to our positive and negative motivation. You see how I'm building and we're continuing to build on that information? That positive and negative motivation, that's going to come back because that's going to pop back into your mind if you have clearly defined that and really looked at it and been open, honest, and authentic with yourself. Then this is going to help you establish that commitment, because you're going to either have something that you are really, really positively working towards, or you're going to have something that you are negatively looking at. You're like, I really don't want to do that, don't want to go there in life, don't want to engage in that, I don't want to be broke no more. How many of us have said that over life? I don't want to be broke no more, but then we continuously engage in thoughts and beliefs and patterns of behavior that are of brokenness, of that are of limited funds. We're making the decision and we're making the commitment to no longer be about that life, and to be about a different stage in life, a different place in life where it's full of our financial abundance and our prosperity and our wealth and our well-being, or whatever it is that you're working on. So, considering your positive and negative motivation when you're committing to your decision, making a plan, and we're going to talk about that once again. Part 2, I'm going to give you tons of suggestions for the 5 different types of energy that I have selected for us to go through. I'm going to give you books. I'm going to give you resources. So these are things that you want to pull in when you are making your plan. If you work with me one-on-one, I know some people who are here live clients and people who I've worked with one-on-one. You know that this is what I do in my personal development, in my one-on-one personal development sessions, life coaching sessions. We go through this exact formula. I help you get clear on what it is that you want. I help you define these things. So you look at different situations, what can happen in different ways, what can happen if you do, what can happen if you don't. And we always, from day one, we make a plan. We make a plan so that you have the structure, so that you have the commitment, so that you have your goals, so that you have your daily intentions. You know what you're after, you know what you need to do. And when you have all of these things well defined, there's no, oh, well, I didn't know what to do, or going back to our health and fitness example. Oh, I need to hire a personal trainer, or it's too expensive, or I need to join a gym, or I don't have time, or I'll start tomorrow. When you have a plan and you have your resources and you have your daily, you have all of that set in place, there are no excuses. So you have less of those things to worry about impeding and getting in the way of your level of commitment. Okay. And then also the last thing that I have for you under this commitment, your level of commitment, committing to your decision, is making a failure plan. We don't want to be so out of touch and feel like we're so invincible that we're not considering that we're going to have obstacles and failures and challenges as we move through our personal development journey and our self transformation journey. So, what you really want to be aware of, especially when you're, getting clear. Remember when we talk, the second question in part one is what's getting in the way of your success? What isn't working? If you answer that question, then you are in a good place for this step, making a failure plan, because you know what habits you have. You know what thoughts and beliefs you have, and that you are responding and reacting from. So you should be able to be cognizant and aware and mindful of the things that you do and the things that you say that typically get you in a place of failure, or get you in a place that's not allowing your energy to flow in a positive and purposeful direction. So once you know what that is, then you will be able to, even in the brainstorming phase, say, you know what, this is what I typically do. I'm going to plan for that. When I get in that place when I feel like I need to do that, or I feel like I need to think that, or I feel like I need to move from that place, instead of doing that, I'm going to do this. Or I'm going to take these approaches, this approach, or I'm going to use these tools in order to get myself out of that emotional place, out of that energetic place, out of that place of habitual response and reaction, and doing a thing that I typically do that's not helping me, that's not serving me, just because that's what I always do and that's what I've always done. So making a failure plan is also an important aspect of getting your life energy to shift in the direction that you want it to go in, and making sure that it's shifting and maintaining that positive direction and that momentum, because you are going to encounter obstacles and challenges and situations. If all of this makes sense, let me read the energy in the room once again. Go ahead and drop me a number 8. Let me see some 8s. Is this making sense? If not, go ahead and drop your question, your comments, experience in the comment section below so I can address whatever comes up. Let me just see. I feel like we're flowing and we're moving over here. Let me see. I have been reclaiming my power, but confidence in knowing enough and power, but confidence and knowing enough to step out. Okay, this relates to your goal of setting up your Instagram and your business. Okay, and that makes sense. Going and putting yourself out there on social media, or not even on social media, in the world period, stepping out onto the stage of life and stepping into being the person who we want to be, who we are. And as you said, reclaiming that, claiming that experience as ours, especially when we're shifting into that place and moving into that situation and moving into that experience from a place of not having done that before, can be a little bit fearful and anxiety producing. But once again, know that you can handle whatever comes up. If this is something that you truly want, then you've been working towards this. You've been, doing your daily intentions. You've been taking courses. You've been taking classes. You've been putting your business plan together. You've been thinking about who your audience is and who your target audience is, and you're putting together your social media content plan and your plan of, your plan of action of what you do in your work and how do you do it and how you can show up. So you're perfectly okay and you got this, okay? I'm not seeing any questions come up, so let me go ahead. We'll just continue moving forward. We have a few minutes left, so let's start number 3. Let's start number 3, and we'll end here, and we'll pick it up on number 3 on next Wednesday when we come back as well. So the third way to shift the energy in your life is shifting your emotional scale. So once again, let's go back to just the beginning of what we talked about. Sometimes we have these intellectual decisions where we say, I want to start a business. I want to set up that Instagram profile. I want to organize my life. I want to organize my finances, or organize my client, organize my closet. I want to get my health and fitness together. I want to improve my relationships. I want to manifest more money. I want to move across the country. I want to do whatever it is that I want to do. We say that. Then when it comes time for us to actually engage in the work, to have our hands in the clay, to be doing the damn thing, to be doing what it is that we need to do, or even before that, when we need to be taking when we need to be getting inspired to move. Sometimes we just are not inspired. We intellectually know it, but in our body, we're not feeling it. We're not feeling it, and just this brings us back to our energy. We're tired, we're frustrated. We spent all this money on these programs or all this money on these courses, and we half-assed our way through them, or we didn't finish the courses, or we finished the course but we didn't put the material, we didn't put the practices to use, we didn't actually do it. So sometimes there is a disconnection intellectually and emotionally, or intellectually and experientially, or in the mind and in the body. There is this disconnection. We say, okay, I want to improve my health and fitness, but every time the time comes around for me to drink lemon water or eat, make a healthier choice, whatever that healthier choice may look like for you, I'm going back to eating Doritos and Snickers for dinner, or I'm constantly, all I'm eating is sugar and sweets, and I don't eat any fruits and vegetables. I'm not actually nourishing myself. When it comes time for me to do what I need to do, I'm not doing it because I don't feel like doing it. I'm not motivated to do that. I'm not inspired to that, and I feel some kind of way about that. So number 3 is shifting your emotional scale. And here I want to bring up EFT, the Emotional Freedom Technique. If you've been on higher alignment for a while, then you know this is probably one of the most popular techniques that I teach. I've done workshop series on it. I have a EFT series here on YouTube. Um, it's like a shorter, more cut and dry series. So I would highly suggest that you take a look at that. EFT stands for the Emotional Freedom Technique. It's also called tapping. It's a way of activating the energy in the body. And I teach it and use it in a combination with NLP, neuro linguistic programming. So a way of self-talk, of talking to yourself. And what this does is it allows us to shift our energy, shift our thoughts, beliefs, and patterns of behavior. So what I would say, if you're in a place where you need to shift your emotional scale, you need to move from anger to happiness, or from frustration to balance, or from chaos to peace. You need to move from not motivated to motivated and inspired. And you have thought about all of the things. You have done your brainstorming. You've gotten clear, but you're still having this disconnect. This is where EFT can come in. So you can use EFT and use that template sentence, that we talk about, that template sentence. Even though I know I need to be eating better and I'm not eating better, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I know I need to be making progress on my social media game or setting up my business and I have not been doing that, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I know I want to move forward in this area, but I don't feel like it, even though I'm not feeling motivated, even though I'm not feeling inspired, even though I'm feeling frustrated or angry, or even though I'm feeling, I'm not feeling moved to take any action. I completely love and accept myself, and use this tool, use this technique of EFT to shift your emotional scale up the scale, so that you feel like doing whatever it is that you need to do. So when you do that, then now you have that intellectual piece in mind, you have that emotional piece in mind, and you're able to commit to that action, which was number 2. Making that, you're able to make that decision, you're able to make that commitment, you're able to move and shift that flow in that direction of energy. Now, there are other ways as well. And we're going to talk about those. I'm going to talk about other tools, so I have some tools for you as well under this section. So let's go ahead and end it there. And when we come back on next Wednesday, then we're going to pick it up here with shifting your emotional scale. And I'm going to give you lots of other tools and suggestions and things to think about kind of like EFT, but other things, activities and things that you can use to shift your emotional scale and get your energy flowing in that direction. And we still haven't even gotten to, number 4 is brainstorming. And there in that section, we're going to go through the physical energy, mental, emotional, financial, and creative energy sections. I'm going to give you those books, I'm going to give you those resources. So next time, we're definitely going to be diving even deeper, and I'm going to give you even more examples and activities and exercises and tools and all of that good stuff. Before we head out of here, though, let me just see. Let me read the energy in the room once again. If everything is clear from today, number 1 through 3 that we've gotten through so far, drop me number 8 in the comment section. If you have any questions, comments, experiences about anything that we have covered, anything that we haven't covered, anything that just pops into your mind, go ahead and drop me those questions in your comment section, so I can address those. Remember, on Friday, we're going to be practicing mindfulness meditation on the Higher Alignment YouTube channel at 7 p.m. Eastern, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on the Higher Alignment Instagram Live. But I don't know if I just said YouTube. That's supposed to be Instagram Live, and this is on Instagram Live as well. Friday, 8:30 p.m., I'm going to be doing a live sale, like a preview for the crystal jewelry. So I'm going to have different items, but the main feature things are going to be those spirit cords, the aura plated, or the angel aura spirit cords, labradorite, angel aura labradorite. I'm going to have bracelets and earrings. I'm going to have sets. I'm going to have rings. I'm going to have necklaces and pendants. So make sure to keep an eye out for that information in the live sale and all of that good stuff. Okay. So I am not seeing anything. You are so welcome, Jasmine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for everyone who continues to show up, who continues to do your work, and make progress in your goals. I am so proud of you. I know it's not easy. And even think about the workshops. There are some of you, even some of you like Jasmine and like Monique, who have been around for quite a while, who have been around for quite a while. And think about the workshops as I have transitioned from Instagram through YouTube. And you see people who have come, you see people who have gone, you see people who pop in every now and then. And, I encourage my community to be supportive of one another and for you to also support yourself. So you see me asking you, drop your goals in the comment section so I can give you resources, so I can give you direction, so I can help you out. And you see that, there are some people who come. Maybe those people who don't come or who haven't come anymore already accomplished their goals. Hopefully they have. Let's cheer them on in that direction and say that. But, just being real about life, I always say, let me keep it real with you, because I want you to achieve success. I want you to achieve those goals. Sometimes we see through others and through ourselves that those obstacles and those challenges get the best of us and we stop showing up for ourselves. So congratulations to you if you are watching this on live, or if you're watching this on the replay and you have continued to show up for yourself because you know and you believe that you are worth it, and you know and you believe that life has something better for you in store, and that you're on this journey and you are committed to it, you are clear on it, and you're going to see it all the way through. Okay, so congratulations. Just wanted to say that I'm rooting for you, I'm cheering you on, I believe in you, I support you, and I see you and I acknowledge you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and head out of here. I don't see any questions. I'm going to see you back here next Wednesday as we continue on with part 2 of this workshop, and we continue to talk about different ways that you can shift your life energy. I'll give you different resources and tools and things like that so that you can kind of break these things down and apply everything to your life and what's going on with you. Okay? I'm going to head out of here, and you all have a wonderful rest of your evening.